Hello everyone, Mrs. Bradfield here. I hope you're well. Today we're going to be looking at Thursday's maths lesson, which again focuses on angles, but this time in quadrilaterals. So all of the shapes we're going to look at today have four sides. A lot of what you've learned earlier in the week for triangles will be useful. There are just a few differences. So we're going to look at a few basics together about angles in quadrilaterals. We'll start with this. If you ever see a square in the corner, this shape here, that means that the angle is automatically 90 degrees. It will not always write that it is 90 degrees for you. Sometimes it will just put the square. So that's really important to remember. Here, these two lines that are the same, one line here and one line here, this shows that these two lines are parallel. If there is another pair of parallel lines in the same shape, they indicate this by putting two lines on top of the lines, as you can see here. This is really helpful for angles because sometimes this could tell us that the angles around parallel lines are the same. The most important thing to remember is that all angles add up to 360 degrees. So this is a difference when we'll work on triangles. All angles add up to 360. Let's look at a few examples together. And don't forget that magic number. If we look at this example here, this is a very basic rectangle. Each corner is 90 degrees, indicated by the square, but also by me writing 90 degrees. When we add all these up, you can see my rectangle, all of the angles add up to 360. If, however, we looked at a more irregular shape with 85 and 95 degree angles, you can see that if I add all of them up, I would still get 360. The same with this irregular shape. Even though my angles on this one are all different, I add them all together and I get 360. If when you add them up, you do not get 360, something has gone wrong and you need to go back to the beginning and look at the angles that you definitely know and try and work it out again to check. Okay? Now that you know the basics and we've looked at a few examples, come back for part 2 and we're going to have a go at working out some together. I'm going to leave you into a bit of suspense. See you for part 2.